What's going on, everyone? It's Alex here from Alex Physio. Today we're going to be going over 5 exercises that you can do if you've injured your QL back muscle. Welcome. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Alexander Kravich. I'm a physiotherapist in Vancouver, British Columbia, and today we're going to be going over 5 rehab exercises that you can do if you've strained your low back and injured particularly your QL muscle or your Quadratus Lumborum. So just before we begin, the QL muscle is located deep within our lower back. It's a rectangular shaped muscle that originates around your transverse processes, which are the bones of your spine on the side, as well as your 12th rib, and it attaches on the top of your pelvis, your iliac crest. And its primary role on one side is it is responsible for side bending. So side bending your low back, and together the muscles work together to allow for extension, so arching your back, and they also help with breathing. So sometimes this muscle has a tendency to become overactive, and it has a tendency to be injured, like when you're picking things up from the ground, when you commonly hear phrases like when you throw your back out or when you injure your back. This is the muscle that tends or that can be injured during that process. So these exercises are going to focus on trying to work on that muscle as well as some of the muscles around to try to help with some of the recovery. Now, obviously, some of these exercises are going to be a little bit more challenging, a little bit more provocative than others based on what stage of rehab you're at. So as always, it's best to see a physiotherapist to help with your recovery and give you more individual specific exercise and rehab to work on, because obviously everybody is different in their presentation. So exercise 1, we're going to do pelvic tilts. Now this exercise can be done in standing, sitting, lying on your back. I'm just going to go over it in standing. So we're going to do a forward pelvic tilt. So this is an anterior pelvic tilt where you think about tilting your pelvis forward and arching your back. And then you're going to think about doing a posterior pelvic tilt. You're tilting your pelvis backwards and you're going to be flattening your back and even a little bit of rounding. So your pelvis is connected to your low back, and by doing this movement, you're getting some gentle range of motion through your low back via your pelvis. Okay, so arch forward and tilt backwards. Forward and backwards. Again, just a gentle exercise to get things going, especially in that acute phase where everything is quite sore. Okay, so for this one, you can try to do 15 to 20 repetitions, higher repetitions for this, because obviously it is a much less intense exercise relative to some other ones. Okay, so forward, tilt the pelvis forward. You can use your hands on the bony parts of your pelvis just to help kind of exaggerate that or help assist that pelvis to go forward. And then also same thing going backwards. Okay, again, use pain as your guide. Don't push through the pain, but it's okay to have a little bit of discomfort when you do this. Okay, so that's exercise 1, pelvic tilts. Exercise 2, we're going to do some cat-cow. So what this looks like is we're putting our hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. This is going to be a bit more advanced than the pelvic tilts because now we're working through a bigger range of motion. So it may be a little bit more provocative depending on the stage that you're at. So again, we're starting in that 4-point position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And we're just thinking about trying to arch our back, look up towards the wall, towards the ceiling. And then we're trying to think about rounding our back, tucking our tailbone under, just like what we were doing with the pelvic tilts, rounding our back, and then going through that movement. So arching the back, looking up, rounding the back, tucking down. Okay, arching, tilting the pelvis forward, looking up, and rounding, looking down. Okay, so this is the cow portion, rounding, and then the cat portion is arching. Okay, we're going to try to go for 10 to 15 repetitions of these, and that's exercise 2, the cat-cow. Exercise 3, we're going to do a supported child's pose. So what this is going to look like is you're going to try to think about sitting onto your heels or as far back as you feel comfortable with your hands out in front of you. Right here, you can feel a pretty good stretch. You should be able to feel it kind of under your armpits and through your low back. To bias that QL muscle more, if you have injured the right side, you want to try to think about walking your fingers over to the left side so you get a nice stretch in that area. And then you can just hold this position. Try to think about holding this position for 30 seconds. And just again, the further you reach your arms out to the side and the further away you bring your arms out relative to where your torso is, as well as the further you sit into the stretch, the more you're going to feel it. Or the further you sit into your bump, the more you're going to feel the stretch, and just hold that for 30 seconds. And again, play around with it depending on how much intensity you want and how provocative it is. If you find that that's too provocative, you can always start straight out in front and then just slowly go from there. You can try just moving just a little bit to the side, but you want to try to move to the opposite side of where you feel the pain. Okay, that's exercise 3, the supported child's pose. Exercise number 4, we're going to do a modified side plank. So what this is going to look like is we're going to stack our knees and our feet on top of each other. We're going to be on our elbows. So the purpose of this modified side plank is we're trying to now work on the endurance of that QL muscle to try to resist that side bend movement. Okay, so we're going to try to lift in this case, the right side of my pelvis off the ground. We're going to bring our hips forward, squeeze our butt muscles so we have a nice straight line from our knees to our hips, and we're just trying to hold this position. So this is, you should be feeling it on the side of your trunk, and you're trying to prevent or not allow your pelvis to drop towards the floor. So try to keep it high throughout and in a straight line. And we're just trying to think about holding this for 10 to 30 seconds. Again, the longer you hold it, obviously the more challenging it's going to be to those stabilizing muscles. Okay, we're just going to hold this, look straight ahead, and we want to do both sides here as well, just to kind of work both sides equally. And take a break. Okay, so that's exercise 4, the modified side plank. Now this is too easy. You can progress this to a side plank where your feet are straight, just to increase that lever arm, to increase more challenge on that QL and other stabilizing muscles in your core. But to start off, if it's in the acute stages, the modified side plank is a good start. Exercise 5, we're going to do a modified lumbar rotation in supine. So what this is going to look like is you're going to lie on your back, feet are going to be on the ground, and you're just going to try to think about, nice and controlled, trying to bring your knees and your legs towards one side, coming back to the start, and then doing the same thing on the other side. So you're just trying to get a little bit of rotation going, get some range of motion in the back. Again, this might be provocative initially to start off with. That's okay. If you find that it is too provocative, you can always just do little ones. So little oscillations to the right and to the left, and then as that gets more comfortable, then you can try to build that up and go further. If that's getting too easy, you're going through the full range of motion with the feet down, and a way to make it more challenging is now you can lift your legs off the ground and then do the same thing while keeping the legs off the ground. Obviously make sure you have enough space to go both sides, but just trying to work on getting a bit more mobility. Again, this one's going to be a little bit more provocative with your feet up versus feet down. And generally this movement, just the rotation, might be a little bit more challenging than some of the earlier exercises that I went over, but regardless, a good way to kind of get some of that blood flow and help with some of the healing after that injury. So there you have it. We went over 5 exercises that you can do if you've injured your low back, particularly if you've injured your QL muscle. Now, obviously, sometimes this is hard to be able to dissociate which exercise might be more beneficial or help you in your recovery more than some other ones. So let me know your thoughts about this video. Have you ever injured your back or threw your back out or had an acute muscle strain? Let me know down in the comments below how your recovery has been. What are some of your go-to exercises? I'd love to hear your story, and I'd love to respond to everybody that replies or puts a comment down below. If you found value in this video, please consider checking out some of my other videos. I have over 500 videos on various physio, exercise, and medical related topics. And until then, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.